Here's a fact. There are no comparable human events to the coronavirus pandemic anymore. 191,000 deaths and counting. 2 million cases and counting. Half of humanity under lockdown, the biggest recession in 100 years, and an increasingly disengaged world. This is not a work of fiction. This pandemic and its impact beats any conflict or calamity in human history. It has surpassed all human intelligence. So here's my question. Are we already in World War III? Is this a world war in disguise? It's just a matter of perspective, and I'm not exaggerating. I'm going by the definition of war. Let me give you 5 points to explain what happens in a war. Death and human misery, bleeding economies, shortage of supplies, capture of territories, emergence of new powers. Isn't all of this happening right now? Let's take these one by one. Number one, deaths and human misery. This virus is lethal. It knows no borders. The richest nations in the world are the hardest hit. This virus has brought Europe down to its knees. Spain, 213,000 active cases. Italy, 189,000. France, 21,000 cases. The United Kingdom, 18,000 deaths. There's human misery. Though things are looking up in the country where this virus originated, China has reported no new coronavirus deaths for the 9th straight day today. Xi Jinping is visiting malls in northwest China. But the Chinese people have suffered. Here's what else happens in a war. Economies bleed, markets tank, and that's exactly what has been happening. The IMF expects the global economy to shrink by 3% this year. The debt is rising. In the UK, public sector net borrowing could reach 14% of the country's GDP this year. This is the biggest single-year deficit since the Second World War. Lockdowns are causing job losses. In America, 26 million jobs have been lost in the last 5 weeks. 5 weeks. The country recorded a 4.4% unemployment rate in March. The highest number of people have sought unemployment benefits in the US since the Great Depression. My list is very long. But the point is, economies are in distress. The third fallout of a war. A massive shortage of supplies. Millions under lockdown are already hanging by the thread. The United Nations World Food Programme estimates that 265 million people are at risk of an acute food shortage. This is more than double the estimate from last year. At least 55 virus-hit countries will fail to meet nutrition demands by the end of this year. Famine is a dangerous possibility. Food supply chains have been disrupted. The world is on the brink of a hunger pandemic. Number 4, capture of new territories on land, on sea, and in global institutions. South China Sea has become the flashpoint. China is controlling islands. Tensions are rising over oil. Warships are buzzing around this waterway. China is pushing its agenda in Hong Kong too. It is pumping money and taking control of world bodies like the WHO. It is buying companies the world over. Countries across the world are looking the other way, busy saving themselves from the virus that came from China as China usurps territories. And lastly, the fifth fallout of a war. The emergence of new powers. The existing world order is broken. Coronavirus is creating a new one. Global institutions have failed. Superpowers like the United States are bruised and bleeding. There is a leadership vacuum, and only the countries which decisively defeat the Wuhan virus can attempt to fill this vacuum. If this isn't a war, what is? This virus has beaten our geopolitical imaginations. We think of armed conflicts and missiles when we think of war, but other things too can kill and control. Do you know where the word war comes from? It originates from the Germanic word "zo," meaning utter confusion. Think about it. Is this a war in disguise?